From the wild energy of Whole Lotta Love to the reflective tones of Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin has delivered some of the most inspiring and influential music in rock history. Robert Plant's powerful voice and captivating lyrics played a crucial role in shaping these iconic songs. Rolling Stone recognized Plant as one of the greatest lead singers ever, and his stage presence set the standard for what it means to be a rock star. Despite his immense fame, the man behind the music often kept a private life, leaving many curious about his personal experiences. Recently, Robert Plant's daughter has shed light on this mystery, revealing that he enjoyed a joyful childhood, confirming what many had long suspected about his early years. This insight into his upbringing adds depth to the understanding of his artistry and the influences that shaped his remarkable career. Born in the industrial heartland of Birmingham on August 20, 1948, Robert Plant's childhood was deeply influenced by his surroundings. Growing up in the Black Country, an area still feeling the effects of World War II bombings and heavy pollution, he faced many challenges. However, amidst this backdrop, he found joy and comfort in the vibrant presence of his mother, Annie Celia Plant. Described by Robert as suitably and joyfully combustible, Annie created a home filled with music and movement, fostering an atmosphere rich in creativity and warmth. While his father, also named Robert, had set aside his passion for the violin to support the family, it was Annie's spirited nature that left a lasting impression on her son. Her Romani heritage added a unique dimension to her character, which Robert cherished. He fondly recalled her infectious energy, singing, and dancing that brought joy to their household. He admired her thick, unruly hair, a feature he inherited. Annie's influence extended beyond his childhood, shaping his artistic sensibilities and contributing to his musical journey with Led Zeppelin. Her legacy lives on in the soulful melodies and electrifying performances that define Robert Plant's iconic career. Despite the challenges he faced, Robert Plant's upbringing was significantly influenced by his father's background and aspirations. His father, a civil engineer and Royal Air Force veteran, played a crucial role in shaping Robert's early interests. Plant Sr. instilled a love for cycling in his son and was a fervent supporter of the Wolverhampton Wanderers football team. However, their relationship was marked by tension, particularly regarding Robert's career choices. Plant Sr. held conservative views that often clashed with Robert's artistic inclinations. In an illuminating interview with BBC's Desert Island Discs, Robert shared how his father's generation struggled to see music as a viable profession. This generational gap created pressure for Robert to pursue a more traditional career, such as accountancy, which his father deemed practical and respectable. In the early 1960s, Robert began an undergraduate program in finance and accounting at the London School of Economics, supported by a scholarship. However, his passion for music ultimately led him to drop out. This brief experience in finance left a lasting impact on his career. His financial acumen proved invaluable to Led Zeppelin, where he implemented innovative cost-saving measures during their tours. For instance, his suggestion to rent a jet for accommodation instead of booking numerous hotel rooms showcased his astute financial management skills. This ability to balance financial considerations with artistic pursuits became a hallmark of his career, allowing him to navigate the music industry effectively while staying true to his passion for music. Growing up, Robert Plant's early musical journey was filled with passion and conflict. From a young age, he was captivated by music, often imitating Elvis Presley with a hairbrush as his microphone. Living near Stourbridge, he became deeply involved in the local blues scene, particularly at the Seven Stars Blues Club. This environment allowed him to explore the sounds of Delta blues, which greatly influenced his style. However, his dedication to music came at a cost. As he spent more time at the blues bar, his academic performance began to decline, leading to tensions with his family. In an interview, Plant openly discussed the difficulties he faced in balancing his musical dreams with the expectations of his parents and school. His commitment to the Crawling King Snakes, a local band, further strained his relationship with his family, resulting in a period of estrangement. Ultimately, at the age of 17, Plant made the bold decision to leave home to pursue his musical aspirations. He later reflected on this journey, noting the eventual reconciliation with his parents and the understanding they reached as he embarked on his musical odyssey. At the age of 15, Robert Plant found himself on the brink of a musical journey that would change rock and roll forever. In 1963, his growing passion for music led him to join a band called the Jurymen, made up of his friends and schoolmates. Initially, Plant supported the group by carrying their equipment, but fate had other plans. On the day of an important gig, the Jurymen's lead singer, Andy Long, fell ill, leaving the band without a frontman. Seizing the moment, Plant stepped up to take the stage at the Bull's Head pub in Lye. Recollections of this debut performance vary, showcasing a mix of nerves and raw talent. Plant himself described feeling overwhelmed by stage fright, unable to make eye contact with the audience. However, John Dudley, the drummer of the Jurymen, remembered Plant's performance as one filled with an electrifying confidence that masked any fear. Despite his internal struggles, Plant's powerful vocals captivated the audience, marking the beginning of his journey in the local music scene. This pivotal moment set the stage for his eventual rise to rock stardom, forever altering the landscape of music. By the late 1960s, Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones had already made their mark as skilled musicians in the music world. John Paul Jones gained fame for his work with artists like Donovan and Jeff Beck, and he was responsible for the memorable string arrangement in the Rolling Stones song, "She's a Rainbow." Meanwhile, Jimmy Page was known for his exceptional guitar talent, and was a member of the Yardbirds. However, in 1968, the Yardbirds found themselves in need of a new vocalist. Page began searching across the UK for the right frontman. His first choice was Terry Reid, a singer celebrated for his strong voice, and respected by musicians such as Aretha Franklin. Unfortunately, Reid was on tour with the Doors and Jefferson Airplane and asked Page to wait a few weeks. Not wanting to delay, Page sought Reid's recommendations, which led him to Robert Plant. Plant had previously opened for one of Reid's shows, and Reid believed Plant would be a great fit. Joining the Yardbirds was a significant step for Plant, who suddenly found himself working with experienced musicians like Page and Jones. This new environment was intimidating for him, as he felt out of his depth among such accomplished artists. Plant later reflected on this experience, admitting that he was indeed intimidated by Page and Jones, who were far more mature and seasoned in their careers. It was not until around 1970 or 1971 that Plant began to develop the confidence that would later define his remarkable vocal abilities. In 1966, Robert Plant's life changed when he met Maureen Wilson at a canceled Georgie Fame concert. Unlike the usual dynamics of the time, it was Wilson who supported Plant during the early years of their relationship. Coming from a hardworking family, Wilson's father owned a steel factory, where Plant briefly worked while chasing his musical dreams. At the same time, Wilson was a nurse, taking on the financial responsibilities of the couple, until Plant's career took off with the Yardbirds. By late 1968, the Yardbirds transformed into Led Zeppelin, marking a significant moment in rock music history. Rolling Stone documented this shift, noting that Led Zeppelin's first performance under their new name occurred at the London Roundhouse on November 9th. After this groundbreaking concert, Plant and Wilson exchanged vows, solidifying their commitment to one another. Over the years, they welcomed 3 children: Carmen, Carrick, and Logan. While Plant toured extensively with Led Zeppelin, Wilson remained at their farmhouse, providing stability and nurturing their growing family. In 1975, Led Zeppelin reached the peak of their musical journey with the release of their celebrated album Physical Graffiti. The band's previous works climbed to the top of the album charts, solidifying their status as rock legends. Their North American tour was met with immense enthusiasm, culminating in 5 consecutive sold-out performances at London's Earl's Court Arena, showcasing their global acclaim. However, during a vacation in Greece between tour stops, tragedy struck. A serious car accident involving Robert Plant's family cast a shadow over their success. Conflicting reports emerged about the accident's circumstances, with some sources suggesting Plant's wife, Maureen, was driving, while others indicated Plant himself was behind the wheel. The rented car veered off the road, causing minimal injuries to their children, but leaving Plant and Maureen deeply affected. The prospect of losing his beloved wife weighed heavily on Plant, and the lack of immediate financial resources intensified the situation. Fortunately, the band's wealth allowed for swift arrangements to airlift Maureen to safety on a private plane with medical personnel. The accident also left Plant in poor condition, both physically and mentally. Led Zeppelin's tour manager played a crucial role, arranging for the injured family members to be flown to a hospital in London for urgent care. Maureen's injuries were severe, and her survival was miraculous. In a BBC interview, Plant recounted the difficult months that followed, revealing he was confined to a wheelchair for an extended period. Despite these challenges, he remained determined to pursue his music, contributing significantly to the creation of Led Zeppelin's 1976 album Presence, even recording tracks from his wheelchair. One notable song, Achilles' Last Stand, was inspired by his experience of being unable to walk. The accident led to significant setbacks for the band, including tour cancellations and delays in album production, as Plant's slow recovery forced them to pause their musical endeavors. Nevertheless, Plant made valiant efforts to continue working with the band, contributing to the writing process of Presence. The accident also had unexpected repercussions, including a copyright infringement lawsuit filed against the band in 2014, alleging that they had plagiarized the song Stairway to Heaven from the American band Spirit's track Taurus. During the trial, Plant testified about his memory loss following the car accident, stating he had no recollection of Spirit or any other band performing with Led Zeppelin at that time. He attributed his memory lapses to the severity of the crash, revealing that his wife had suffered a fractured skull while his head had been buried in the car's windshield. The series of car accidents left a lasting impact on Plant's life and career, highlighting the fragility of existence and the resilience needed to overcome adversity. Despite the challenges he faced, Plant's unwavering commitment to his music and family exemplified his strength of character and enduring spirit. In 1977, Led Zeppelin faced one of their most challenging tours in the United States. This tour was already marked by difficulties due to Robert Plant's previous car accident, which caused delays and setbacks. Tensions ran high as violence and small riots erupted at several stops, creating an ominous atmosphere. On July 26, tragedy struck when Robert Plant received heartbreaking news about his 5-year-old son, Carrick. Carrick had fallen ill with a stomach virus, having contracted it from his mother, who had recently recovered. Later that same day, Robert received another call that shattered his world. Carrick had passed away. This devastating loss sent shockwaves through the Led Zeppelin camp, leading to the immediate cancellation of the tour. Robert's father described the deep bond between father and son, calling Carrick the apple of Robert's eye. In the aftermath, Robert retreated to the family's farmhouse, grappling with unimaginable grief and focusing on his family. He initially shunned the music world, prioritizing his loved ones. In a candid interview, he expressed that there are priorities in life beyond entertainment. His anguish was evident when he stated his desire to step away from Led Zeppelin to be with his grieving family. Despite his reluctance, it was the encouragement of his bandmate John Bonham that led him to reconsider. In the face of overwhelming sorrow, Robert Plant found solace in the support of his bandmates, ultimately returning to Led Zeppelin to navigate the turbulent waters of grief and healing together. Following the devastating loss of his son, Robert Plant found himself at a crossroads, contemplating a significant career change. Driven by a desire for greater meaning and purpose, he opened up in a candid interview with GQ in 2011 about the insecurities that often accompany the entertainment industry. Plant expressed a personal longing for a more genuine and selfless path, considering leaving behind the egocentric world of music. He thought about applying for a teaching position at the Rudolf Steiner Waldorf schools in the West Midlands, seeking solace in a profession focused on nurturing and education. In a pivotal moment shared during an interview with the BBC's Desert Island Discs, Plant recounted a remarkable encounter with his late bandmate John Bonham. As Plant made his way to the Waldorf Education Center, he was unexpectedly met by Bonham, who awaited him at the gate. Clad in a chauffeur's cap and driving a 6-door Mercedes, Bonham whisked Plant away to a nearby pub, determined to dissuade him from abandoning music. Inspired by Bonham's unwavering support and conviction, Plant ultimately chose to remain with Led Zeppelin, at least for the time being. In Bonham's gesture of friendship and encouragement, Plant discovered renewed purpose and resolve, recognizing the profound impact of camaraderie and solidarity in navigating life's challenges. Inspired by Indian and Moroccan music, Robert Plant's fascination with Indian culture and music has been a lifelong passion that has deeply influenced his musical journey. This interest later expanded to include Northern Africa, reflecting Plant's eclectic taste and adventurous spirit. Muhammad Rafi, one of India's most revered playback singers, holds a special place in Plant's heart, as his music evokes fond memories of the time when Plant formed a close bond with a Gujarati family living near his wife Moran Plant's family home. Plant would often drop by unannounced to immerse himself in their rich culinary delights and soulful music, fostering a deep appreciation for Indian musical traditions. Plant's love for Indian music culminated in a memorable recording session with Jimmy Page in Bombay, now Mumbai, in 1972. Collaborating with renowned classical musicians Ustad Sultan Khan and P.K. Vijaya Raghavan, Plant and Page embarked on a journey of musical exploration that laid the foundation for their fascination with non-Western sounds. In 1994, Plant and Page reunited for a musical project titled No Quarter. Although the endeavor did not bear the Led Zeppelin moniker due to the absence of John Paul Jones, it marked a significant chapter in their collaborative efforts. A substantial part of the project was filmed in Morocco, where Plant and Page immersed themselves in the vibrant cultural tapestry of the region. The influence of North African music permeates the live album, with tracks featuring captivating rhythms and melodies that showcase the duo's artistic evolution. Arabic and Oriental influences also resonate throughout Plant's solo albums, such as Mighty Rearranger and Carry Fire, demonstrating his ongoing exploration of diverse musical traditions and his unwavering commitment to pushing artistic boundaries. The bond between Robert Plant and John Bonham was more than just a friendship. It was a deep connection rooted in their shared experiences and musical dreams. Growing up in the Black Country, they formed a strong friendship during their high school years, which blossomed as they became integral parts of Led Zeppelin. Their relationship was characterized by mutual respect and a shared passion for music, making them inseparable both on and off the stage. However, the tragic death of Bonham in September 1980 cast a long shadow over the future of Led Zeppelin. At the time, the band was gearing up for a much-anticipated tour, marking their return after a hiatus since 1977. Unfortunately, Bonham's struggle with alcoholism had escalated, leading to a fateful day when he consumed an alarming amount of vodka. John Paul Jones, who found Bonham's lifeless body, recalled the final rehearsals filled with a mix of hope and concern for his friend. The loss was devastating for Plant, who felt that Led Zeppelin could not continue without Bonham, as he was a vital part of their sound and identity. Even years later, when Jason Bonham, John's son, participated in a reunion concert, Plant expressed that the essence of Led Zeppelin was forever altered without his dear friend. His heartfelt words to Jason highlighted the profound impact Bonham had on his life and the legacy they built together. The friendship they shared remains a poignant reminder of the bond that transcended music, leaving an indelible mark on Plant and the world of rock. Facing vocal challenges, Robert Plant's unique voice became a hallmark of Led Zeppelin's music. In the early 1970s, Plant encountered significant issues with his vocal cords, leading to surgery for the removal of nodules. This procedure likely occurred between late 1972 and early 1973. Following the surgery, Plant experienced a remarkable improvement in his vocal quality, which sparked speculation about how the operation positively influenced his singing abilities. However, the early 1990s brought a new scare when a voice specialist in London delivered unsettling news. Plant recounted this experience to Dan Rather, revealing that the specialist warned him his voice would deteriorate to the point of being unable to express emotion within 6 months. This grim prognosis threatened to derail his rock star career. Despite the daunting diagnosis, Plant remained resilient, drawing inspiration from other musicians who faced similar challenges, like Elton John and Steven Tyler. He refused to accept defeat and embarked on a recovery journey, undergoing various treatments to preserve his voice. Plant's confidence in his ability to bounce back proved well-founded. Contrary to the specialist's bleak forecast, he not only maintained his vocal abilities but also thrived creatively, releasing several records after the doctor's warning. His unwavering commitment to music and resilience in the face of adversity showcased his determination to continue pursuing his passion. In 2010, Robert Plant's romantic life took a significant turn when he began dating musician Patty Griffin after their collaboration in his project Band of Joy. Their relationship quickly blossomed on both personal and professional levels, with Plant finding in Griffin not only a romantic partner, but also a source of musical inspiration. The chemistry between them was palpable, prompting Plant to relocate to Austin, Texas, where Griffin resided. This move marked a significant shift for Plant, who had been living in the U.S. for some time. Griffin's influence on Plant's musical style became evident as their relationship deepened. Plant spoke highly of Griffin's musical prowess and soulful presence, citing her as a catalyst for his artistic growth. In an interview with Louder, he praised her prolific talent and described her as a source of both musical integrity and personal fulfillment. However, their relationship took a turn in 2014 when the couple parted ways. Plant faced the end of his romance with Griffin and found himself at a crossroads. During this period of introspection and transition, Plant made a significant decision to return to his homeland, the Welsh borders. This return to his roots proved to be a profound experience for Plant, shaping the direction of his music in unexpected ways. Rolling Stone notes that his album Lullaby and The Ceaseless Roar was heavily influenced by his homecoming, with Plant expressing gratitude for the opportunity to reconnect with the landscapes and communities of Wales. He described the album as an ode to life, love, and the unpredictable journey of existence. Reflecting on his decision to return to Wales, Plant expressed a sense of rediscovery and renewal. The familiar surroundings and the support of friends and confidants provided him with a sense of grounding and inspiration. During the Live Aid concert in July 1985, a significant moment unfolded involving Robert Plant and Phil Collins. This monumental event, broadcast to an audience of 1.5 billion people from Philadelphia's JFK Stadium, is remembered for its grandeur. However, Led Zeppelin's performance that day faced numerous challenges, including technical glitches and off-key instruments, which affected Plant's vocal condition. Critics labeled the show disastrous, and this strained the relationship between Collins and Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin's lead guitarist. Collins, who flew across the Atlantic to join the band after performing with Genesis, later expressed regret about his involvement, likening his role to being a square peg in a round hole. He described the atmosphere during the reunion as a nasty strain of alchemy, indicating tension and discomfort. Despite these challenges, Plant maintained a diplomatic stance, acknowledging the efforts of all involved. Importantly, there was no lingering tension between Plant and Collins in the years that followed. Collins emphasized in interviews that they remained friends beyond the brief setback at Live Aid. Their connection runs deeper than many rock fans realize. Collins played a pivotal role in supporting Plant during a difficult time after Led Zeppelin's dissolution in 1980. Following the tragic loss of his son in 1977 and the death of his close friend John Bonham in 1980, Plant felt adrift both creatively and emotionally. He expressed a desire to step away from the band to focus on his family. However, Collins's encouragement helped Plant find a renewed sense of purpose. In his podcast, Plant recounted how Collins admired Bonham's drumming and encouraged him to pursue a solo career. Collins even offered to contribute to the drum sessions for Plant's debut solo album, Pictures at 11, released in 1982. During the recording process, Plant drew inspiration from Collins' enthusiasm and work ethic, learning valuable lessons about patience and focus. Their collaboration proved fruitful, leading to Collins's involvement in Plant's second solo album, Principle of Moments, released in 1983. Collins also joined Plant on a North American tour to promote the album. Reflecting on their partnership in a 2019 podcast, Plant expressed deep appreciation for Collins's spirited encouragement and positive influence, describing him as a truly encouraging force. The bond between Plant and Collins embodies mutual respect, admiration, and unwavering support.